Hey folks, Quill18 here, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Stellaris. I'm still in the pre-release press build, and we are playing as the Quill Sovereignty. What I've decided to do, what I've been doing sort of throughout, kind of casually all my games, is trying to keep track of my science rates compared to my year, because I don't know yet how to judge, hey, are we doing well on science? Are we doing well on our fleet size, our population, all these things? How do we know? I mean, every time you play, things are going to be different because you're going to have different traits, you're going to have a slightly different focus in life, and you're going to be placed in a different overall geographical situation. So your ability to execute things will always be slightly different, but your desire to execute things in a certain order will always be different as well. But I think it is nice to try to get a baseline going on here so that we can sort of compare and be like, oh, I'm going way slower on science than I have in previous games, therefore I can assume that perhaps the other AI will actually be getting ahead of me. And so just trying to use that as a guide. So what I've done is I've actually started a spreadsheet, and I punched in all of my 3 research categories here. So first of all, that allows me to add it together and get a gross number. So we are, as a gross number, we are producing 149 research per month currently. And it is the year 2245. Now I've gone and done that for our earlier saves. So I've got a save in 2236 that we could reference, for example. So that was 9 years earlier. And at that point we had a gross science output of 101. So we're producing about 50% more science than we were 9 years ago, which is pretty good. However, our population has also grown, and this is something very important to factor in. If you mouse over the cost of a tech here, for some reason, not here. I don't know why this pop-up doesn't include that information, but over here it does. Based on your population, for every population after 10, you add 2% to the cost of your research. So at 132% increased costs, we are more than doubling the cost of research currently right now because of our population. So you can't just look at your raw science numbers, because the actual cost of your research will go up as your population does. So I was also tracking the population penalty, which then if you divide your gross output based on the total cost multiplier, so in our case is slightly multiplied by 2 is our cost multiplier, means that we are actually dividing our effective science output by slightly more than 2, about 2.3. So 149 divided by 2.3 should, assuming I set up the spreadsheet correctly, equal about 64 is our effective science rate. 64 beakers per month for the base cost of our tech. So that's pretty useful to have. And if we compare that to 9 years ago, 9 years ago, our effective research rate was actually 56 per month. So instead of us being 50% better, we're actually only about actually less than 20% better, maybe about 15% better than we were 9 years ago. But that's still an improvement. So how does that compare to my other games? Well, at the end of day 1 of playing in the multiplayer event as the 404 Empire Nat found, my effective science rate was 54. Now that was in 2252, so that was 7 years in the future of where this is as baseline. So that game was further ahead, and yet my effective science rate was less than my current science rate now. So I take that to be a pretty good sign. Of course, that was my first sort of real complete playthrough, and so I wasn't necessarily researching the same way. And at that point, I was also gearing up for a very, very, very large war. Is that our best effective science rate? Well, actually, my best effective science rate that I have on record is actually the final save of the 404 Empire Not Found, where we were producing almost 400 science per month, and despite a population penalty of 396%, basically I was paying 5 times as much for all the techs. Despite all that, my effective rate comes out to 78 science per month, which is pretty good, although, which is better than what we have here, but that was in 2297. I suspect that in 50 years, we will have an effective science rate much better than that in this game. And for comparison, the Slaves of Armagh Let's Play that you guys may have tuned in for, that save ends in 2234, so about 13 years before this timestamp, and it's got an effective science rate of 60. Remember, we're at 64 as our effective science rate. So the Slaves of Armagh are almost researching effectively as fast as we are now, despite the fact that it's 13 years earlier in the game. So obviously the Slaves of Armagh, we've got a much better scientific setup than we do over here. But That's okay. We're learning all the time, and circumstances do change. In this game, we do have a vassal, which is quite nice, which will annex, which will obviously increase our population penalty to science, but overall should be moving us forward. So, anyway, I thought that was kind of interesting to get a baseline, and I'm going to want to track. It looks like no matter what, even though your population does grow over time, the general thing to do is for your effective science rate to continue to go up, which is good because the base cost of the technologies, you're getting more and more expensive technologies, not just because of the population penalty, but the technologies themselves get more expensive. So you do have to keep increasing that. So I'm going to keep, keep an eye on that going forward. All right, so our current situation is we are totally peaceful. Despite what anyone in their whole for combined commonalities might say, we are in a great little federation here with a, that is mostly meant to be here defensively, but we'll see exactly what happens. We are not due to be the federation leader or anything, but that's okay. We've gone and expanded our territory. We've got a good foothold on things, which is great. What are these guys like? Spiritual seekers. Okay, that's fine. And you over here, you are plutocratic. Oh, slaving despots is what you are. Hold on. Did I look at the right thing over here? Yeah, spiritual seekers. Slaving despots. Rely on military expansion to secure a steady supply of slaves for their mines and farms. Wow, you are not a good people. And you hate me. I would not be surprised if some warfare came over there at some point. But I'm not rushing into that at that point. I'm perfectly fine with just annexing my vassals, which we have started, right? Yeah, integration there. And we can start on... Is it these fellows over here? We can start on these fellows soon. Oh, you can only do one at a time. Okay, well, that's perfectly fair and fine. We've got some minerals. We don't have a big fleet, but I don't feel like we need one right now. So I think I'm going to go through and check my tiles. We are 100% population here. I think I might send some people away from Sudbury, actually. Oh, I can't do forceful resettlement. That's right. Because I would love to have all robot on every planet, but we can't because we're already full. You've got one building. You can't, we're currently full. We'd have to clear a couple of blockers, which I guess I'm going to do. I'm going to clear both those blockers and then see if I can... Oh, can't afford. Okay, thought it said can't allow. Right, because we don't have much in the way of credits. I forgot that those are very expensive to do. Well, we may as well get an upgrade there. And let's queue up another one there. And Timik.
System survey complete.
We can't clear anything. You could build something here, but it's not necessarily something we have to rush because these tiles are pretty good as is. We will want to put some buildings in them soon, but there we go. We were forced to evacuate this system. Oh, I think these guys just expanded over here to Avalan. What are you? Hegemonic imperialist. Yeah, you want to expand aggressively. You still have some room over here. So they don't focus on war early. They just want expand, expand, expand. So they might be quite happy to just expand eastward for a while. Although that means I should probably focus on popping this stuff. Where's this science ship? Yeah, I should probably focus on popping that. And I've got influence. I should build a frontier outpost over here. We actually have a void cloud over here. Why don't we go and clear that out? And I'm just going to go and get my science ship to be within one wormhole station away from that so that we can scout it out after. And we've got a construction ship over here. This is a really crummy place. Just one engineering thing. So one energy for one extra engineering science. I mean, we probably have to do it, but it is going to be kind of disappointing. There's a lot of science to be had here, but we've already got a construction ship that is, I believe, setting all that up, so we can just ignore it. We're over here. We may as well hook all these up. There's no reason that we wouldn't want all of them. Get started on the mining outpost first to get more minerals, and then we'll backfill the rest of them after that. We will need a construction ship down here to build some sort of frontier outpost, most likely. Ocean world's over here. What? We've got a lot of pop-ups. I don't remember what kind of planet we live on in this game. We live on Tundra worlds. Okay, good. And that was what? Ocean world, which is not great, but isn't the worst. Okay, everyone's moving, everyone's getting stuff done. All right.
Construction complete.
Construction on Norwegian Blue. Excellent. Do we have, what's our leader count? Oh, yeah, we are at 10 of 10. Right, we've got our 2 sector governors and a couple more governors on the planets. That's fine. We've got an unassigned admiral. No. Why do you say available? You're not available. That was weird. There is a bug in the game where if you take a fleet and you split it in half. Oh, they fixed that. As I say, both subfleets will have the Admiral. Apparently, that has been fixed. But it still says available here, which is not quite right. So I don't even know if it was correctly assigned to this fleet or not. So let's make sure. All right, science ship, you were... Oh, you got bopped out of another system. Jeez. Yeah, okay, a little bit of border growth, that's fine. Do I have any more systems over here that can be surveyed? Oh, I don't actually have a surveying ship in Mendok. All right, I've got my other science ship coming to Nyamba over here to park itself outside of Yeti, but that's it. All right, first battle group making its move forward. Excellent. And fleet orders finished. You finished a science base out over here. So let's see what we want to do with you. Okay, so all my construction ships are down over in this area. We will have to expand down there soon, but we don't actually have to rush it with the science. Oh, there's another system right over there. And is this within my borders? Just barely, but it is. Okay, that's good to see. But these are just outside my border, so I can't actually build anything in those places, which is a little bit annoying. We've got one little science thing, but I don't... Oh, this is within my borders. Or is it? Oh, this is an idle science ship, so that... No, hold on. You, stop. Stop, stop, stop. You're not a construction ship. You will indeed... I guess you can go and spend your time surveying this system. That's fine. Zerum League declared war on the Great Dethaka Empire. All right, none of those things are my concern. Planet construction hut. We have a lot of minerals left. I think you don't have a robot yet. So let's get that going. Also, you need a lot of buildings. I'm going to move you here. We're going to go and... Oh, right. I don't have the freaking credits. Darn it. Well, this doesn't take any credits. So let's get the upgrades going. We will want to queue up some buildings as well. Yeah, go ahead and get a science building over there. That's probably okay. And that's not being worked. Let's go and do it. Get our credit count up a little bit. Okay. Oh, who just died? A scientist just died. On a science ship? On a science ship. So, we've got leader space. Let's recruit a new scientist. What do we got? Less failure risk for anomalies seems like a pretty good pick. Anomaly research speed I'm not particularly concerned with. I don't know how many anomalies we're going to run into, actually. If we didn't already have a field guy, what I would do is grab a field guy, still put him on the science ship, but then have the ability to swap scientists around for different fields. I guess I may as well just go ahead and recruit the reduced anomaly failure, even though, yeah, we don't have any. We do have a lot of these critters to grab, which we will start as soon as we finish scouting out this area down below here. We will take care of that. And, oh, you fell idle, of course, because you just lost your scientists, so that reset your jobs. Now you can get started again. Excellent. Battle group, is that you over here? It is, and you are set on aggressive, so you're going to go and clear out. What are these things? Void clouds. We don't have any edicts running this game, do we? No. Drone optimizations is pretty great, but right now we actually need the... Yeah, that is really good, but we do need the credits right now. So I'm going to hold off. That's a lot of minerals. That's a lot of minerals. We could still use a whole bunch. Alright. I'm a little concerned about these borders pushing out. This is not a settled planet. Where, actually, how come their borders are so far out over here? Is it possible that they have... No, we'd see a frontier outpost.
Situation log updated.
How come their borders push out this far? That seems really odd to me. Especially considering I have a colony on Fred Dancer. Alright, you're done. Everyone's busy doing stuff. I mean, I guess I can send my battle fleet back home. We don't have any other monsters, do we? Looking for red exclamation marks. None that I think I'm aware of. What about in space out over here? Again, nothing I particularly see. It's okay, you can just go home, repair, get ready for some upgrading later on. That's probably fine. We could really build a much bigger fleet, but no need for that right now. Almost getting to the amount for our robots. Oh, that's the other thing. We have this assault army, and they're quite expensive, as it turns out. We're paying like 4.5 credits a month keeping this army around. And that's something we found out during the Let's Play, exactly how expensive these bad boys are. We're not planning any invasions for a while, so I think it's probably fine to go and disband my assault armies. Now, unfortunately, it's actually quite annoying and slow to disband these guys, because I have to click on them one at a time, click on that little disband button, and go. I wonder if I embark them all. Oh, there we go. That's much easier. Embark them into space and then disband the entire transport fleet. There we go. So that'll save us a fair chunk of cash. We still have some army maintenance from our defensive forces, of which we don't have very many. But yeah, that is really expensive. So those techs that give you a discount to army maintenance, I can definitely see why you would do it. Charlesy has someone unemployed up over here. Why would you be unemployed when you can work this tile? And we were just 1 credit shy from building a robot. Fully surveyed, that did not take very long. Why don't you come down here to the Yeti system, which we just cleared from some space monsters. No habitable planets there, but I think we are going to want to build a forward base.
Research complete.
I could build it in something like Nyamba, but I think we may as well push it out as far as possible. Our borders should all connect. Especially with a colonized planet over here, we should be able to connect everything up. I'm wondering if we'd want to drop one in Immelgoran. This planet will never be particularly habitable for me. Nah, Jetty's got to be the better system here, because it should reach more stuff. What do we have over here? Ocean World? Yeah, that's not particularly great either. 20%. So what do we complete? Amoeba Flagella, so a new type of hangar craft unit, which is going to be cool once we start building some cruisers or defensive buildings. Okay, atmospheric filtering is very cool. Just flat out 5% more habitability is fantastic. More influence is good. Uncovering the Egos refinery is a really great module that you put on your starbase to start making super ships. There's one for more hull, one for more shield, one for more energy weapon damage. Okay, it's energy weapon only. And so you could really put all those modules into a starbase and start producing sick good ships. But I think the plus 5% habitability is very cool, so we're going to go for that. I still don't particularly care about the hull regeneration. I don't think it's a particularly useful tech. As is, I might be proven wrong, but I don't think so. So you're one of my vassals, who is a member of the Together for Now Federation. We will annex you later on, because you're kind of awkwardly shaped. Are we? I don't remember. No, we are. Oh, these are the people we uplifted, I think. Well, not uplifted. Enlightened? One of those. I think that's the thing. This game has been going on so long, like in real life chronological time, that it's hard to keep track of what was going on where. Idle construction ship. I'm going to preemptively move you into Jetty. And you will be prepared to build the frontier outpost there as soon as it is surveyed. I'm curious. I wonder if we could build the frontier outpost as soon as the sun is surveyed. I'm going to update your commands here. So whatever you right-click on for the survey system is the very first thing that gets surveyed. So we're going to see what that does. We are still checking out cattle over here. Late medieval period. Yeah, we don't want to go and mess with those guys. We don't want to bring them into our fold. It's not very useful for us. We got an election underway. All right. And the Pelx Credonian Coalition joined Together for Now. Right, we're a federation. We don't have to vote for that anymore. Haha, interesting. Repairs done. All right. All right. And go. Battle fleet is idle. Another idle construction ship over here. So, just for completeness, I'm wondering about going and, grabbing these, but I don't know. At least Panadil over here has got a lot of energy. And Tier. Oh, we can reach Tier as well. That's, I think, one research station, yeah, will give us 4 physics tech, which is really valuable. So we're going to go and do that. We may want to consider another frontier outpost here. We did have enough influence to build 2 back-to-back. Oh, and now we're not producing any. Oh, that sucks. Because we grabbed a leader, which is really unfortunate. We could have grabbed that tech to give us +1. Mendoc has been surveyed. Okay, that's a really good system. So yeah, we're definitely going to want that. I'm going to have you help survey the Giedi system over here, because that is where I want to build my outpost. So the sooner we can get that done, the better. And you're the one that's going here. Oh. Do we not actually have to even survey the system? I mean, the sun has been surveyed. Maybe you don't even have to survey the system. I bet you have to survey the star first, and then you can do it. I don't know. Anyway, that's good. So we're going to grab that. It'll expand our borders out, secure a lot of really great space. So we have a new election. What's your mandate? Orbital research. I mean, we don't really take an active role in fulfilling the mandates. They more or less just happen as I continue to expand things. One idea continues to be... Oh, that will give me more influence as well, which is nice. One idea continues to be... to maybe not build all the research and mining stations and wait for the mandates, but I think we want the stations, so we just keep building them. Who declared war? The Valmanax Confederacy. Okay, so we were declared on. Because the Republican... No. Wait, what? The president is the Pelx-Credonian coalition. So therefore... Something's weird here. I think it might just be giving us the wrong text. I think it might be showing us the text of who the next president is. Because our Federation presence, the Valmanax Confederacy, has declared war on the Republican Groknoploran planets. Except it says here our Federation president is the Pelx-Credonian coalition. And the next one's going to be the Valmanax. Okay, let's figure out who the hell these people are. Republican Groknoploran. I mean, I can just do a find, actually. So maybe I will do that. Rock. There we are. And if we do that. So you can type in the name of the empire, and it'll bring you up a list of planets. Or it brings you up their capital planet. So these are the people we're at war with over here. And I really do want an alliance sort of map mode over here. So are these guys in our... No. So it's really... We're going to bear the brunt of all this bullshit. Really? Apparently that is the case. Militaristically, you are inferior, which is good. What's the peace negotiation? Yeah, okay, that pop-up was wrong. Because it is the Pelx-Credonian. It is our president, whom clearly must have declared war. Because they want to go and capture a whole bunch of planets. Are these guys not freaking pacifists? So that's right over here. These are Federation builders who are xenophiles. They're not pacifists, though. So they want to go and actually force these guys to cede a bunch of planets over here. God damn it. Well, we've got a fleet. It's in position. I'm not going to rush in. I will go and see if there's any upgrades we can do. What is our fleet composed of? 12 destroyers and 1 cruiser. Jeez, I didn't realize our tech had actually come up so well. Well, that was a cruiser we found. And we have cruiser tech now, so let's go ahead and change our upgrades. Okay, we are energy weapon based in this game, which is something I hadn't realized. So we'll go up to level 2 lasers. That's fine. I don't really feel the need to add in the torpedoes. See, the torpedoes penetrate shields, so they ignore shields. They don't do bonus damage to shields like the disruptors do, which is quite interesting. And then over here, what I'm going to do is grab... We only have level 1 deflectors. I think it's probably worth throwing a couple in there, in the large slots. Then what we're going to do is generate enough power to satisfy our requirements. Perfect. And then I'm going to use level 2 armor to fill the remaining slots over here. And I think that's going to be good. We don't have much in the way of shields. Shields. Right over here. So, that's not bad. We've got, like, 1/6 extra hit points, effectively, in the form of shields, which will regenerate. And we do take a quarter less damage once the shields are down. That's probably fine over there. We've got, there we go, level 3 engines, level 3 sensors, which, the sensors don't take more energy, but the engines do, but we can't not take that. Cruisers tend to stay back and don't actually take that much damage, and honestly, I would like them to be a little bit more forward and take more damage as opposed to the light ships. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. We do need a bit more power here. So I think what's going to happen is... There we go. There might be a way to work it out exactly. But we have a little bit less armor now. But the speed is quite good. 30% extra chance to evade is excellent. I love the sensors as well. I mean, that's a no-brainer because they don't take more energy. So we're going to resave this design, say yes. So now we correctly only have one version of Corvette, Destroyer, and Cruiser. The Corvette over here has my blue lasers, which is good. Has no shields, which I think is fine on this one over here. The Anxiety Girl. And then we can check the Corvette as well. And then, oh, we could go up to level 2 armor. Oops. Not that we're building any, but just to say, oh, the engines and stuff. Hold on, I forgot to do that on the Destroyer. Okay, so you're fine. And on the Destroyer over here, level 3 engines, and you already had that. You're now running a deficit for power, but that's okay because I can do that. Excellent. Now, fleet. Update yourself. 276 minerals, and it doesn't tell you how long it's going to take, which is a shame. But other than that, yeah, we'll go ahead and do that. So my vassal here may take the brunt of this attack, and that would be really annoying. This is my friendly fleet. Can I see what kind of engines you use? So you've got Corvettes and Destroyers, and you use wormholes. Hopefully you have a wormhole station that can reach. I need to build a forward wormhole station over here, I just realized. Alright, because I remember seeing their wormhole station. That's one of the reasons our pathfinding was so boned in this game. Alright, I could build more ships. I might want to, but, I mean, these guys, they're inferior, right? Yeah. They have the same current fleet power, but their actual technology and capacity is less. So right now, they have a fleet presumably with about 1,200 power, plus or minus X percentage. And that doesn't even count our Federation setup. Now, I assume... Where are you parked? You're Norwegian blue. So in Sudbury, we could go and build another ship. And I think it is worth queuing up a cruiser here. And in fact, Charlesy, why don't you build me one as well? Then I'll feel really good and safe. We'll get our current fleet upgraded. We'll get the extra couple of cruisers. That's fine. We've got a good amount of minerals right now, which I should continue to spend. I may want to wait until we're at peace, but let's see here. Oh, and we can get our robot, because you don't have a robot on this planet yet. Excellent. Robot it is. So we can only build one right now, and there's still some more planets that need it, but that's not going to be too bad. And after that, we need one mineral processing plant. On this planet, it doesn't have the highest... No, you know what? It's actually got 3 mineral spots. I think the mineral processing plant's going to be worth it on this planet. The maintenance is a little higher than a mine. And right now, they both produce 2 minerals as a base. Later on, we'll probably get more mining network upgrades. We'll get some mineral processing ones as well. But the plus 10% I think will be worth it. So we're going to do that. And what the hell? Let's go and... Oh, Frontier Outpost is actually good to build basically on every planet. Because the 5% habitability... It's at 80%. We could get ourselves up to 90%. Do we actually have the happiness to support that? Not right now. So let's not worry about it. Anyway, go ahead and just queue up a science lab over there. That's going to be fine. And yeah, we've got that Gaian world. Size 19. This is a really good Gaian world. Because in our Let's Play, or our live stream game, we find a Gaian world of size like 12. Like, oh, ooh, 12. Impressive. Scary. Oh, this is the base tile of 3 frickin'. That is a lot of society research, just as is. Really nice. Let's go and upgrade there. I'm going to save the rest of my minerals for just emergency thinking and whatnot. So there we go. There's the enemy fleet. It's 974 strength. So we really could take them as is. And we might want to rush something. Now, what do I have in the system? Oh, they've moved on. This is an actual settled planet. Okay. So I'm not too concerned. If it was just like a single outpost or something, that might be a little bit annoying because they could destroy it. I'm assuming these guys are hyperdrive, which is why they're moving through these sort of weird paths. They might be going to blow up my station here, but I don't think I could stop them from doing it. I gotta go and scan this Howling Vortex. It's within my vassal's land, but I can still do it. But we're a quarter of the way through the upgrade. We will let the upgrade process finish. If we lose a couple of stations... Well, they're not my stations, they're my vassal stations. So it's not literally the worst. Navigator's Guild is done. So this is a module we add to a ship to give it increased chance to hit, faster warp speed, and 100% sensor range. It's interesting. It also reveals a resource. Not going to say... I think I mostly took it because it was rare, and therefore cool. UV lasers, yes. Oh, man! But there's our solar panel network, which is a module I love for starbases. They really start paying for themselves. It's amazing. But we don't know that when we'll see UV lasers again. This is our level 3 laser tech. I gotta take that. Do we have vision over this enemy fleet? What are they packing? Plasma throwers. They ignore armor. Oh, shit. Wow. So our armor-oriented ships are actually going to get countered pretty hard by these guys. Literally, none of our armor matters. Well, except against nuclear missiles, but that's such a minority of what they've got. We do have some shields. The problem is, do I redesign this for more level 1 shields? Perhaps. Wow, that really sucks. If I had level 2 shields, I would have had a mix. Alright, let's throw 1 medium shield on there. And that takes 5. Okay, so if I put a fusion reactor in a small slot, and I can put another deflector in a small slot, that'll end up using the power exactly. And I keep the armor on there because it is going to be relevant for other battles, right? It's not just for this, but I will pull back a little bit from the armor comp. This is 2 large deflectors. I think that's going to be okay. And our corvettes are sort of doomed to die more or less regardless, but... Alright, there we go. So, I don't know if it's going to use our new designs. I don't think it will. I think we've got to stop and re-upgrade the fleet again. It's actually a more expensive upgrade than the previous version. Shields just cost more than armor. That's a shame. So meanwhile, what are you guys doing? Oops, I accidentally clicked on the arrow over here with the extra click. Wait, where are you? Oh, you're just moving around. I don't know where you're going. This is your small fleet. Big fleet is down here in chat. Really? Really? You're ignoring my vassal space and coming over here. You know what? F it. We got to go over there and engage. No upgrades. Armor tech. We've got to do it before they blow up all my stuff. Oh, these are friendlies though. Excellent.
Under attack.
So my star station here has limited firepower, but has a good amount of armor, so it's actually gonna be able to tank a fair amount of damage. Did you? You fucking bastard! Did you seriously just warp out? These jerkasses are the ones that started the war. These are the Federation presidents. They started the war. They have a 1K fleet here, which outnumbers this fleet, which are currently in the middle of attacking my starbase anyway, and rather than engage, they just took off. Are you kidding me? Tell me you're heading back.
System survey complete.
You're following some other battle group. You're following my battle group. Okay. Yeah, but get in there. Bastards. Yeah, what my battle group is doing is it's engaging over here. So the sooner you could engage, the better. Well, we're going to put a cut in here before I get any saltier to my damn allies. I'm also still worried about the fact that we're actually going to be doing the thing where we go through their territory. Is that going to work? Or are you going to be stalled? I think it's probably going to work. But for all I know, I'm actually not going to be able to make this move because the wormhole system is a little bit glitched when it comes to moving through friendly people's territory. Or rather, using their warp gates. Maybe the problem is... Okay, I do actually have my own warp gate in here. Okay, and I'm going to use that. I think I don't have my warp gate in here. And indeed, that's the case. I don't own my own. I think I'm trying to use the one owned by my allies, and it doesn't quite work. So what I should do is get a construction ship to build me a wormhole station inside of their system. Then I think I will use it. All right, we're going to put a cut in here. I will go and assign the science ship to do something. See you next time, folks. Bye-bye.